Greetings, it's Vaygrim. Welcome to another episode of VAYGRIM'S Chance. You're looking at a massive slab of dirt. This is actually going to be the landmass. It's going to have the castle on it. I've decided to offset it. The main structure is going to be right here. We're going to actually have... Basically, I need to do some planning. I'm going to line up the outside walls right about here-ish. So this is actually going to be part of the courtyard. What I want to do that does not look right. But it is right. Okay. I'm going to have corner things. Plus, this is going to be a tower. Now, this is not just going to be a single wall. This is actually going to be a wall that's going to be this thick. I'm going to use gravel for the in-between, brick for the outside. Not brick, stone. The stone brick pattern. Not the actual, not that brick, but that brick. I'll use something interesting for accent. I'm thinking maybe like a lapis block. There's some really cool patterned lapis blocks in the chisel set. Might use some of those. Just use them for accents and outlines. Kind of outline the shape at various places. But this is going to be filled with gravel. It's going to be topped off with wood. It's going to be very, very similar to the guard tower we have over here. You see, we're actually going to get this same acacia wood. Okay, yeah, acacia wood. We're going to have one wide thing of gravel filler in between the outer and inner walls. I'm going to use these same stone brick blocks. Those are chisel blocks. And basically, this is not concrete. This is just me doing some outlining. I want to have that might be too wide. Whoops. Let me do it this way first. I want 1, 2. Whoops. This is going to be a huge building. Now, this isn't even the castle. This is going to be the outer courtyard. What I want to do is somewhere right about there-ish. Want a nice wide archway. It's going to go up and over. We'll actually have bring that around like this. What we're actually going to do is have an archway over here. There's going to be a bump out higher up on the second, basically up on the wall part, because this arch is going to go over. You'll still be able to walk across the wall over the archway, right? I want to have a bump out, 2 or 3, like maybe 2 blocks here, 2 blocks here, and we're going to do similar to what we did for this gatehouse. It's going to be much thinner though. This is the city gatehouse. Well, we're going to have a narrower one that is actually going to be the castle gatehouse. It is going to have the same... Actually, let's go back over here real quick. We could do a revisit on some architecture. It's kind of a similar kind of a thing. Inset in the floor. I want one of those at the top, and I'm probably going to put some cauldrons right here and fill them with something, if I can. Anything besides water. To make it look like this is ready to actually have boiling oil poured down upon you. The gatehouse itself is also going to have a couple of secret doors. There will be one right here. One right here. Maybe I can put a guard statue right on the inside. We're going to see. So this is going to come all the way back. To... This is just a dotted line to denote. Where the courtyard kind of finishes. And then this is actually going to bump out to the main castle building itself. I want this thing to be kind of big, but not so big that it's just ridiculous. Let's look at this real quick and see. It is going to be simple corners like that. We're going to do one of these. Oh, went back too far. Oh, we need more of these things already. Good grief. Let's go back over to our planning, our toolbox. I don't know. That's going to be enough. Okay, and I actually think now that I look at it, I'm going to do that for the back corners. No, it's... Yeah, so I'm going to have, this is going to be a wall. It's probably not even going to be any higher than that edge of the roof right here. So from right here, I should probably be able to either look a guard in the eye or look slightly down on him. These are going to be corner turrets right here and right here. They're going to go up to the castle. The castle is going to be much taller. If the average wall height for the guard wall for the courtyard is that tall, then the actual castle itself is going to be much higher, probably even taller than that. And I also want, on these corners, I'm going to have the second floor basically slope out slightly out from the first floor, and then the roof is actually going to be kind of a patio, kind of a almost like a rooftop courtyard space. And I want it to slope out even further. Now my rationale for this is if I actually had guys on foot, soldiers on foot with actual you know, swords and shields, and they were attacking the castle, there's going to be an iron gate, double iron gates here. These walls are going to have parapets that stick out, which basically means that it is not a flat surface you can just stick a ladder behind up to, or a flat surface that you can, you know, throw a rope over. This is basically sloping up over you. It makes it a little bit harder to deal with. That means it's a harder surface to climb up. It also means that guards can look directly down over attacking soldiers. I'm going to have some arrow slits, one wide, just a narrow blocks. I mean less than one wide. Vertical slits that'll be at eye level and then slightly up. They will be at various points here on the ground. No, not on the ground. Because this is going to be filler. I might have to keep the walls hollow. Maybe I should do that. I could keep the walls hollow and actually put guard space on the inside where the guards could fire out of arrow slits to the outside wall. I'm going to put a parapet that actually leans out over the wall on the outside. It'll be flush on the inside. And then the entire building for the castle itself is going to slope up and out. And then up again a little bit out. I'm going to put 4 towers at the corners. One here. There'll be one there, and one there. I am considering indenting the front towers a little bit. Because if I make those outside towers right up over that back corner, then what I might do is just to break it up and make it look like less of a square with towers on top, is to put it right here. Or maybe make it asymmetrical and put 2 at the back and just 1 at the front, looking over the actual courtyard. This is going to be the gardens. I want to make this a green space. I want to actually put defined paths and park benches and stuff like this. Put some strategic trees, or maybe just have to build some trees. I don't know. This is going to be at least a 2-floor structure with some private space in the towers, some private bedroom space in the towers. I would like to be able to put low enough of a dungeon, a level below this. Oh, I meant to actually do this. There we go. So I would like to put enough of a thickness to this island to have a 1 wide basement, or a 1 floor tall basement. I think, at least, because I would like to be able to do food and wine cellars maybe over here, actually have some dungeon space down over here, and then over here at this stretch there's actually going to be probably another little wall segment that'll come out from over here. Actually, I'll probably indent it a little bit. Gonna have a little wall segment that'll cross connect here and probably here to another big square building. This is going to be an enclosed building that's going to be more residential, servants' quarters, things of that nature. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might actually just do a big tower right here. Have a guard tower that has no openings on the ground level. It only cross connects to these walls by way of a bridge, an archway. I think that could be cool. And I could make it a really, really big tower that's got some really good arrow line of sights for arrows, bow and arrow attacks from guards. But this is basically what we're looking at. This is going to be starting plan. I need to get more wool to plan with. This is going to be the starting ground floor for the castle itself. Now I might reconsider and take this wall diagonal this direction and connect it to this square building. And that way we would have an open courtyard space that would cross connect between these 2 sides of the castle. It might be a better idea, but I'm still working on that notion. I do want to have, like I said, a guard tower there. Guard tower there. I'm going to put a smaller one, probably about halfway up the wall here and here. And then there's going to be more guard space across the front parapets of this building. Might do a big balcony space that hangs up over the front, hangs out over the front of the actual gardens. I think it could be really cool. This is going to be a multi-episode project. Once I get this building finished, once I do a little bit more decoration on the slums, I have one more building. I need to figure out what I want to put there, and I might do the grocers there. Maybe a small stall there, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking the grocers right there, which means we're getting close to finished on a lot of this other stuff. I still want to do the depot, the rail depot, but that's been kind of held off since I ran across so many problems between carts and teleportation. I'm still tempted to at least build that half of the building. I want to do a dome, a glass, kind of an enclosure, a big ball, almost like this is a scepter that's been spiked into the ground. I think that would be a cool idea. But the big thing is, next week I'm going to spend some time finishing this building. Then we tackle that. This means this next week, might be a little dull. And I do apologize for that, but this is part of my passion. It's not all technology. It's not all figuring out mods and making, 4 times ore processing. I do love this kind of stuff. I do. I love dabbling in a lot of the Thaumcraft stuff. I need to come back and look into golems. I had a lot of ideas for other uses for golems. Like, I have this room automated by one golem. Hey, dude, I have a Thaumium golem in here. He works great. I've got all this stuff that I can actually melt down at heart's content if I so choose. He will go to work here in just a little bit. Osmotic Enchanter in here and nothing else. I need to think about moving this to this side of the room. I still have some windows down here. Oh, he's working. You notice these are all, almost all, void jars. Which means I don't have to worry about him expanding out too many things into too big of a whatever. Yeah, he's going to town. He still works like a champ. Yeah, I wanted to do more in here with aura nodes. Specifically, I want to get some nodes along this wall so that I can still use this thing. Or maybe here, but probably over here. But I haven't really done that yet. But we do have some other small mod projects, but a lot of what we're coming up to now is going to be creative style building. Not creative literally, but it's going to be more imaginative building, and it's going to be decoration. And that is going to be a lot of the last runs of this show, this series. I do have a lot of ideas for tech and stuff I'd like to put in the castle. I think it would be cool to actually have a lot of Thaumium golems with self-defense, with the defense weapons and armor upgrades and stuff. I think it'd be cool to have those as the actual guard for the castle. Put some named golems as real heavy bouncers to the main building entrance right here from the courtyard. I think that could be great. Oh gosh, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. I think it could be fun to actually have the kind of the administrative building and the servants' quarters over here and have it staffed with a lot of statues of patrons and maybe viewers. A lot of my patrons are going to get statues right here in this castle. There is going to be a trophy room and museum. I also want to have, adjacent to that trophy room, a quote-unquote Hall of Heroes, and that's where all of my patrons will go. They will have a special place in one room in the castle where everyone will get a named statue on a pedestal. And that's the kind of thing I'm aiming for right now. I had to make, by the way, I had to make a magnum torch specifically because I was getting this. I basically made a massive mob spawner. Night set and the whole thing was covered in spiders and creepers and God knows what. So I had to go make a magnum torch, spike it down as quick as I could. So that was kind of funny. But this is what I'm thinking of. This is my pre-planning stage. Now, one thing I might do is move the front wall of the castle forward a little bit to square it off and make it look a little bulkier. I'm still looking at good designs on castle. I don't know if I want to do 1-2 floors and then have a smaller building on top and do 1 floor and then a tower, or if I just want to do 2 floors and then an open terrace on top and 4 corners, whatever. I really would love to hear designs from you guys. Send me tweets, go to my forums and actually post notes about You know, maybe you have picture ideas, or hey, I did this build once, or hey, why don't you try this? I would love to hear from you guys. If there is one design that I pick, distinctly one person that contributes a design of some kind to this over the next week or two, I will make them the royal architect. They will have their own office in the castle. This I promise. So, there's motivation for you to get your own office and your own space in the castle itself. So get your contributions in. Either send them to me on Twitter, post them here in the comment. Well, actually, no, if you do URLs, it blocks them out. So that might not be a good thing. But you can send me links via Twitter at Vaygrim. You can submit them via the forums. Go register at forum.vaygrim.com. All sorts of stuff. Or just go to vaygrim.com and there's a link to the forums across the top. Register there. You can go to, there is a specific sub-forum for my mod pack and my series down towards the bottom. Go there, register, and you can submit all of your ideas and let me know. And just say in a comment on one of my future episodes, hey, I posted a castle idea on your forums, and I'll go check. Or let me know that same message via Twitter. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap this episode up because I've spent a lot of the time actually building this plateau and really spitballing ideas as well as fixing some other problems on the back end with the AE system. I hope you guys understand, but I hope you're getting jazzed about the idea of this castle, about this royal establishment. It is going to be a lopsided castle. It is going to be mostly kind of an L shape, and that was intentional in design. I'm actually having this, I'm planning this as if this was the very, very top chunk or top layer of a plateau. And this plateau is basically an L-shaped plateau, which is why the castle was built the way it was, up on top of this flat hill. So that's my kind of overall concept. Submit your ideas, submit your designs. Maybe you can end up to be the royal architect. I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Remember, today is World Download Day. So, what I do every Friday, I did do this last week, I just didn't do it on air. I come over here, I take off all of my spiffy things, and I put them in the gearbox. Right like this. It is now waiting for you to come download this world map, load it in your version 107 of my mod pack, and maybe start building your own idea designs for the castle. Let me know. Keep me in the loop. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.